DonutSMP is one of the craziest servers out there. There are literally hundreds of different ways you can make money. Farms, spawners, flipping, even some secret methods people don't want you to know about. And let's be real, if you're new, it's overwhelming. Like, which ones will actually make me rich, and which ones will just waste my time? Well, I went and tested a ton of different money making methods, and today I'm ranking the top 5 best ways to make money on DonutSMP. We're talking billions of dollars, insane farms, and some strategies that can take you from broke to absolutely stacked. So grab a snack, grab a drink, sit back, and let's get right into it. Alright, so our first method of the video is going to be auction flipping. This method works by buying items in the auction house for a cheap price and selling them for a higher price. This works because a lot of people sell for really cheap if they want to get their items sold fast, or people sell for the wrong price, or just don't care because they're super rich. So let's try it out. Okay, so I've made a list of items we're gonna try to flip. Also, don't mind my money, I kinda invested in pumpkins. Anyways, the items we're going to try to flip for a profit are PvP gear and amethyst tools. So let me just check the prices right now. Okay, so I'm gonna try to flip the amethyst shellax. So look, this one's for 14 million and this one's for 14.17 million. This one's more time, but we could try to buy one of these and try to sell them for more. I think we can probably get this for like 14.5 mil. Alright, let's buy this one for 14 mil. So sell it for 14.5 mil. Boom. Alright, sell that. And let's also check out some diamond helmet. They seem to be around 200k on orders. They're 270. Wait, 215 on order. Wait, they're 215k on order. Wait, buy this thing. Alright, wait, buy that. Buy that. Buy that. And then orders. And this, what? Boom. We just made a profit, bro. We don't profit with that, but the order ran out. You can buy this for 140k. Alright, let's buy this for 140k. And protection for our look, that was sold, bro. We made 8.9k profit. Wait, age, diamond leggings, mending, unbreaking 3, protection 4. Wait, we want blast protection 4. And they are 160. Wait, 160, they might be good. Because on orders they are. Wait, they're 225k. Wait, buy that. Orders. Boom, boom. Bro, we just made so much profit, bro. Let's go. You know what? Let's XP. And let's RTP real quick. We can buy this. And we can also try some diamond. Look, it already sold, bro. We can buy that. And then we can sell it for public chat. And then let's do AH shell. Wait, no. Alright, let's go with the shellax sold. I got 65k. Let's get them for 65k. I'm just buying them. Look, they're selling, bro. Alright, so we ended up making around 740,000 in 15 minutes, which is around 3 million per hour. That isn't very good, but it's okay for starters. So moving on to number 2, we have the villager method. But then you might ask yourself, what method? There are literally so many ways you can use villagers. Enchanted books, sticks, pork chop. But the answer is all of them. For example, with the pork chop method, you can get a bunch of pig spawners and trade pork chop for emeralds. Or if you're too lazy for that, you can order pork chop. Or you can use the enchanted book method, where you buy enchanted books that have mending, protection, or unbreaking on them for emeralds, and then you put that on armor to sell in the auction house. If none of those ways fits you, you can do the stick method, where you trade sticks for emeralds and then sell the emeralds or buy something with them to sell. You can even make a tree farm to get free wood for the emeralds. If you ask me what the best method of these are, I would say combining 2 of them. Pig spawners for pork chop, then trading pork chop for emeralds, and then the emeralds for enchanted books, which you can put onto armor and sell. This is basically pure profit and can literally make you like $1 billion a day if you lock in. While I don't have any villager base to try this method for myself, I can show you guys exactly how it works in a creative world. So let me show you. Okay, so let's pretend this is my villager base. So what you would do is you would grab a bunch of pork chop, and then you would go up to like this one, and you just trade a bunch of pork chop for emeralds, and he might burn out, but that's why you have like 20 of them, and you can just get a lot of emeralds. And then with the emeralds, you can like go to this librarian here, and like you'd be able to buy books. So if I like actually had a book to buy this with, I could like buy, oh, I have mending, and then I could like put that onto my armor. So if I had an anvil and mending, and then like a netherite chestplate, like, oh, now I have mending on it. And then you just do that for unbreaking and protection 4, and you just do like slash AH sell, and then like what, 1 mil, you just sell that. Or another way you can get emeralds is if you go to the like order sticks, buy sticks, tree farm, whatever, you grab your sticks, go to stick villager, and you just trade a bunch of sticks with him, and he'll give you a bit of emeralds, and then you can just trade with the villagers again. Or you can trade with him for like bows, if you want bows. I don't know why you would want bows, but I guess for XP. Alright, you guys have done your job. Okay, so moving on to number 3, we got investing. Now, while this may not seem like a money-making method, it's actually one of the best if you do it right. See, back when Donut SMP Season 2 first launched, you get a like post for around 500k. And today, they're worth over $300 million. That's almost a 60,000% return on investment. So if you invested 500k in a like post back then, you would basically get 600x that back. But right now, isn't really the start of Donut SMP. And with the border most likely expanding soon, prices will drop again. This is why I recommend investing in skeleton spawners. See, once the border expands, there will be a larger world, which means bases getting raided less often. So people will make a lot of farm bases. This means that they will most likely go up a ton in price. Another thing that you can invest in, that I invested in, are pumpkins. Because last year, pumpkins 3x'd in price at Halloween by the admins. So if you were to invest all your money in pumpkins right now, and they 3x'd the price this year as well, that would mean you get 3x back of what you invested. For example, I invested $112 million in pumpkin, and that would mean that if prices 3x'd, I would get over $336 million back. But now, moving on to number 4, the second best method to get rich on Donut SMP. We have spawners, and there are quite a few to choose from. You got blaze spawners, skeleton spawners, iron golem spawners, and zombie pigman spawners. I'm going to explain what each spawner gives a type of loot. So, the blaze spawners give blaze rods, which can be sold on orders or used to brew potions, which you can sell for a lot of money. They can also be used as fuel for a farm, like a kelp farm smelting into dried kelp. Skeleton spawners, on the other hand, give bones, and bones can be used to make bone meal, which is a valuable resource on Donut SMP. It is used to power almost every farm on the server since it makes stuff grow. For example, it is used in pickle farms, fungus farm, pig petal farm, and moss farm. Optionally, you can also order away the bones if you don't have a farm. Iron golem spawners are a bit different. They give iron. Iron is mostly used to craft stuff such as hoppers, iron trapdoors, iron doors, and iron blocks. These are very valuable resources in farms, hence why iron is worth a lot. Now to the last spawners, the zombified pigman spawner. It produces gold nuggets, which can be used to craft gold ingots and then gold blocks. Gold blocks sell for a decent amount of money, so this makes a lot of money actually. But only if you have a lot of spawners. Kind of like that with all of the spawners. But anyways, moving on to number 5. The best money making method for Donut SMP is farms. But there are a lot of farms to choose from. And which ones are the best? Well, the best one at the moment I'm recording this video is the pink petal farm. And after that is the fungus farm. By the way, if you want to go more in depth on these farms, then check out my last video that's on screen right now. Okay, so farms are one of the most, if not the most known method to get rich on Donut SMP. It has been around ever since the server came out, but what farms to use hasn't always been the same. For example, the pickle farm was one of the first farms to reach the #1 spot, and it stayed there for over a year until it got nerfed. And so the meta shifted towards the fungus farm, which is still one of the best today, but falling behind the best one, pink petal farms. So yeah, if you want to build some of the farms I mentioned, I will link farms that you can use in the description. If you want to go more in depth about farms, watch my last video. Thank you guys so much for watching this video, and if you enjoyed, please consider subscribing. I'm trying to hit 5k subs for 2026 and subscribing is free, so yeah.